Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Sky Racing News, and let's start with the latest on Australian star sprinter in Redkirk Warrior, who this time leaves for England and maybe a race or two races at Royal Ascot. Now, trainer David Hayes has told us this morning if the weather is going to be fine for the week of Royal Ascot, they'll go straight to the Diamond Jubilee on the last day, the Saturday, and run over 1,200 metres. They would only run in the King's Stand if the weather was going to turn nasty before the Diamond Jubilee. The horse will have one final gallop on Monday before leaving this time next week. He's $7 at this stage with Tab in the Diamond Jubilee behind Harry Angel and Merchant Navy. Well, one jockey that has been away for a few weeks is back in Sydney, and I talk of Hugh Bowman. We're not going to see him ride for a couple of weeks, but Hugh is back after riding 8 or 9 winners during his recent Japan stint. He copped a suspension of the Japan Derby last week that will see him miss the Stradbroke and Tatts Tiara day. So it's a bit up in the air when we'll see him again, but he's certainly keen to be back in the saddle once that suspension ends. Well, trainer Kim Waugh has been forced to stop the preparation of Our Century and won't contest now the Brisbane Cup in a couple of weeks up there. Trainer Kim Waugh has told us this morning that Our Century is displaying a low-grade virus after running third in Saturday's McKell Cup. The horse prior to that had been in really good form, but now a virus has struck and no Brisbane Cup for Our Century. The stablemate Gothland will line up in the Aeromine, the third race on Saturday in Sydney. To Excess, well, that also has had a bit of a setback according to trainer Tracy Bartley. It ran on Saturday and really did disappoint. The stable went in with great confidence. The horse has come through with suspensory soreness. They've done an examination already. They've decided to put the horse To Excess into the paddock for the next 10 days. They'll do another rescan after that, but at this stage the paddock for the next few weeks for To Excess. Well, the Stradbroke, the Group 1 at Doomben on Saturday week, that final field starting to get itself together. Romain has been taken out of the race officially now by Chris Lees. The horse is having a little let up and will go towards the Missile on August 4 at Randwick. Spieth will have a gallop tomorrow morning. Everything seems to be back on track according to David Hayes. And from Darren Weir, well, they're hoping to barrier trial early next week Lucky Hustler after its hiccup with a hock recently. He's certainly intending to run Voodoo Lad and Peaceful Stage in the race. At this stage, Dan on Liberty sits at about number 17, 18, 19, and they run 16. So does it make the field? We'll know early part of next week. And finally, Dark Dream is back on track for trainer Kerry Parker heading towards the Queensland Derby. It trod on a toe clip at some stage during the Grand Prix last week. He's unsure how long that clip was sitting on the sensitive area of the hoof in particular. It still ran third, but it still may improve going towards the Queensland Derby, and it's certainly trot and canted and is totally sound this morning. All the racing news available on our social media as well, including Royal Celebration, the 2-year-old of Ron Quinton's going for a spell. Stay tuned to Sky Racing for the latest racing news.